Hello, boys and girls. Inside of Google Classroom, there is an assignment called Drawing with Code. Let's click on that and I'll click View Assignment. What we have here is some directions. It says complete the Drawing with Code activities at CMU Academy. Your username is your last name and the first three letters of your first name. Your password is your Google password. So, for example, if your name is Ryan Evans, your username would be EVANSRYA. Last name, first three letters of your first name, password is your Google password or your school Google password. I'll click the link to the CMU CS Academy. Make sure you click login, not sign up, login. Enter your username, last name, first three letters of your first name, and then your Google password. Click login. Once you're logged in, it brings you to this hour of code, Drawing with Code assignment. We'll click on the welcome. Watch the video. Make sure you watch the videos. The video explains everything that you need to do.
Hey there, are you busy?
Once you have completed the video, scroll down and read through the directions. Rect. Let's draw something on our screen using code. Press the green button below to see a rectangle appear. Right below that is some computer code. It says this draws a black rectangle and the code is rect brackets 100, 150, 250, 200, close brackets. If I press the green button, I see the black rectangle that this code up here drew. If I scroll down, it says we wrote exactly what was up before, rect 100, 150, 250, 200. And Python, the Python coding language, drew a rectangle in the box on the right. Cool. That code uses a bunch of numbers like 100 and 250. We can use different numbers to get a different rectangle. Try pressing the run button below to see this in action. So if we look at the code now, it's a little bit different than the code above. This code is rect 250, 50, 100, 300, as opposed to the top code, which is rect 100, 150, 250, 200. So if I click on the green button, I get this rectangle. So if we look at both rectangles, the first rectangle looks like that. The second rectangle looks like this. That's great. So the numbers change the rectangle. Let's try changing them in the program below to figure it out. Press the purple start button below to begin. The directions for checkpoint 1 say drag the green shapes with the star using the mouse to change the rectangle. Make the code at the top look like rect 35, 175, 270, 120. The numbers don't need to be exact. I'll press the start button. So right now, this rectangle is rect 100, 125, 200, 150. The directions state that I have to make this rectangle 35, 175, 270, 120. To do that, I will drag the stars. So there's a star here, there's a star right here, and down at the bottom it says drag me. By doing this, it will help you understand what this code means and how that rectangle is drawn. So let's drag these. So if I look as I'm moving this rectangle around, those numbers are changing. Now the first two numbers, and those are the only numbers that are changing, need to be 35, 175, and they don't have to be exact. So let's try to get that first number very close to 35, if not at 35. And the second number has to be 175. So if I go down, that changes the second number. And if I move it to the right or left, that changes the first number. So my first two numbers are set at 35, 175, and the directions say that the numbers do not have to be exact. They could be close to those numbers. And let's see, the second two numbers, let's see what happens if I move this slider. This slider changes the last number, so that needs to be 120 or close to 120. I'm assuming that this bottom drag, if I drag this, that's going to change that third number. And when you see that green click to complete, that means that you're close enough that you have done it correctly. So if I click to complete, it says completed, good job. Checkpoint 2, what does changing the third number? So you have to answer these questions and then click submit, and then it will take you to the next phase of what you are to do in this activity. The key here is just following the directions and doing exactly what the directions tell you to do. If you need some help with reading the directions, I believe the Chromebooks have the Read and Write for Google Chrome extension on them, so you can click there and that can help you out with reading the directions. So if I were to highlight that and click play.
Let's draw something on our screen using code. Press the green Run button below to see a rectangle appear.
So that can help you with reading some of the directions if you need help with reading those directions. It might be on your desktop computers as well. Once you're done with all of this, just go to Google Classroom and click Mark is done. If you have any questions, send me a comment or email in Google Classroom.